Hello everyone, I hope you're having an awesome day. This is the first ever video for this YouTube channel, No Bullshit Tarot. Woo! So the first thing that I wanted to talk about today was how to tell time using tarot cards. Because if you're reading, especially if you're reading professionally, everybody and their mother wants to know when something is going to happen. It's like the sun has gone out in the sky and you're the only person in the world who has a clock, and everybody just wants to ask you, what time is it? So before I start this, I just want to preface it with saying a lot of the time you can actually answer these questions by not coming up with the date at all. You can answer it by asking what does the querent need to do, which is the person being read for. What do they need to do in order for the event to happen, or what needs to happen in order for the event to occur? Because very often, a lot of the times, people can bring about this change in their own life by just becoming more proactive and kind of jumping on it. So with that said, there is still a big use for being able to tell time using tarot cards. I love it. Ever since I've come up with the system, it's been super, super helpful for me, and I hope it'll do the same for you. Now, there are actually a bunch of systems out there that you can already use. For me personally, I don't really care for them because they all use astrology, and I don't want that to come off and offend a bunch of people who use astrology in their stuff. It's great that you do. For me personally, it just doesn't work because I'm not familiar with it. My memory is not very good when it comes to dates and numbers. I have 5 siblings, and I don't know when their birthdays are. The eldest, I think her birthday might be in June or July. I'm probably wrong. I don't know. The only person whose birthday I remember is my own and my mother's. With that said, when I tried to look up systems, all of them had to do with astrology, and I just had no interest. I didn't want to learn that, and the things that were available for being able to just use tarot cards, I couldn't find anything. The closest I came was on biddytarot.com. Say you get wands, that can mean days or summer. Swords is weeks or spring. Cups is months or autumn. And pentacles is years or winter. Obviously that's really helpful. It doesn't really come up with an exact date, so I really wanted to come up with something. So a friend and I collaborated together, and we came up with a system that just uses tarot cards in basic mathematics skill. So with that said, let's just jump right into it. So the first thing that you're going to want to do is you're going to want to get your lovely, beautiful, gorgeous, most loved tarot card deck. So the first thing that you're going to want to get is your month. To do that, you're going to turn to the major arcana. There are 22 major arcana cards in 12 months. That doesn't really fit quite nicely either way. So the way that I've done it is the first 2 months of the year just have one tarot card to each of them. So if you pull the Fool, that's going to represent January. If you pull the Magician, that's going to represent February. From then on, it's every 2 major arcana cards to each month. So for example, if you get March, the next 2 cards in the major arcana are the High Priestess and the Empress. If you want April, you're going to get the Emperor and the Hierophant, and of course all the way at the end we have Judgment in the World. That's going to represent December. So if you'd like to see a list, I'm going to go ahead and throw a link in at the bottom so you can take a look at the article. I don't have very fancy software equipment to edit and just throw a list up like right here. I can't do that, so if you want to see the full list, which I recommend that you do, just follow a link to an article that I'll be providing down below. The next thing that you're going to do is you're going to want to come up with your numbered dates. The way that we're going to do that is we're going to turn to the minor arcana, which are the swords, wands, cups, and pentacles. With those, there are 56 of them, and there are 14 to each suite. Of course, neither of those numbers add up very well with even 29, 30, or 31, or 28 in the case of February. So you're going to take 3 minor arcana cards and you're going to add them together in order to get your date. Now, whenever I've done this, I tend to produce a date that's around the place that I've been trying to target. So what I like to do is I like to come up with a date range. So we're going to draw 1 more minor arcana card, and we're going to take that last minor arcana card and subtract it from the whole sum that you got before. with that said, it's kind of hard to visualize all of this, so we're just going to jump right into an example. Alright guys, it's example time. Of course you can see my face up here, but we're going to be wanting to pay attention to this beautiful, lovely tarot card deck right here. So what we're going to want first is a Major Arcana card. If you're drawing and you happen to keep drawing Minor Arcana cards, just take the first 4 that you get and set them aside and keep drawing until you get your Major Arcana card. So here, okay, so our first card is actually a Major Arcana card. This is Judgment. Judgment is representative of December, so we're just going to stick it over here, and we're going to take the next 3 cards. And now that you have your Major Arcana card, if you get any more Major Arcana after you've drawn this one, just ignore it, don't mind it. So we're going to take this. This is the 4 of Cups, King of Wands, which is 14, and a 7 of Wands. So we have all of these, and we're going to draw one more card, Ace of Pentacles. Okay, so we have all the cards that we need to make a date by now. So the first card that we're going to pay attention to here is Judgment. Judgment is our month card and represents December. So this tells us the event that we're looking at is going to take place in December. Next, we're going to look at these 3 cards, which we're going to add the sum up together. So 4 of Cups is 4. King of Wands is 14 because a king is the 14th card in a Minor Arcana suite. And then this card here, you can't quite see it, but it is the 7 of Wands. So we're going to take these 3 cards and add them up together. Altogether, that is December 25th. Next, for our date range, we're going to take this Ace of Pentacles and subtract it. An ace is the first card, so that is a number 1. So 25 minus 1 is 24. Wonderfully enough, these tarot cards have given us the date for Christmas. Woohoo! Awesome. So with that, that's the example that I have to give you. And if you were to look for a date and you drew these cards, it would give you December 24th to the 25th. Okay everyone, that is it. If you want a more detailed look at what I've just described, go ahead and take a peek at the article I have linked below. Aside from that, we have hit the end of the first video that's going to go up on this YouTube channel. Wow, exciting! So with that said, thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate you just sitting down and taking a look at this. If you want to look at anything else that I have, there will be more videos up soon, and of course there is more content available on the website. And just anything that you could do could help. This is my income right now, so even if you just share it or throw it at other people so they can take a look too, it would be really, really greatly appreciated. Let me know what you think in the comments down below, and even better, if you do use this technique, let me know how it turned out for you. So with all that said, I hope all of you have a great bullshit-free day, and have a good one. Bye! So on No Bullshit Tarot, how exciting! The cat is pooping.